Hey everyone, it is Diane here. I am going to do a balloon smash on this Master's Touch 14-inch round. I'm using black Creative Inspirations Lamp Black as my background. And I'm just including you on the tilt because some of you want to see how I put my background on before I do my balloon smash. This is semi-thick paint. Ideally, I would like it a little thinner, but it is what it is. It's because I mixed it for all my backgrounds, and most of them I want it not so thin. So I'm just dumping it off here. Trying not to make a mess on the back of my canvas, which I did not tape off because I plan on it just drying where it is. All right, let me wipe my gloves off a minute. So if you do not want to see this part of the video where I name and pour the paints, feel free to fast forward. I'm showing the whole thing because I've gotten questions, you know, from how do I put my base coat down like this to, they want to see me mix the actual paints, but I can't go that far. Mostly because all my paints are pretty much already mixed. So my last one turned out beautiful. It is dry. What I decided I'm going to do is at the end, I was going to do it at the end of each week, but I don't foresee that happening. So at the end of either every 2 weeks or every month, I'm going to put together either a little video or go live and show you how my paintings turned out for that time period. Just popping some bubbles. I'm sorry you're having to deal with this light overhead, but I am about to go away for a few weeks, and when I return, I will have a whole new lighting setup, and we will not have to deal with the overhead light because I don't really like it any more than you do. Okay, so in this little cup, I want to talk about this. In this little cup is Soho Emerald Green mixed with Soho Phthalo Blue with golden blue-green interference in it. I did this because I want to, you know, play with different colors. You can mix your colors. You do not have to use what you get. The other one here I mixed today. This, what is this? Let me look here. Oh, this is Aquamarine by Craft Smart Metallic. And it does have silicone in it as well, as does this little mixture I did. Has a couple drops of silicone. In addition to that, I'm getting down to the bottom of my cadmium light orange. Going to use that. Looking at my colors because I don't want it to be all blues and greens. I am going to use this ice blue. I really like that. I'm going to use what's left of my pink. And I'm going to use some of this Deco Art Amethyst Metallic. So that gives me 6 paints. And then I might use some titanium white in there too. So we'll see. All right, so just hang on 1 second and we'll get started. Okay, so I have my balloons ready. I'm going to start with my puddle pour. That's how I like to do my balloon smashes. You know what? I am going to use, this is a new green I just mixed today and I really like it. It is Soho Cadmium Blue Green Light Hue. So I want to see what it looks like on the canvas. As usual, I like to go down with my dark colors first, and this is that mixture I was just speaking about. And we're going to just put a couple puddles around. Let's find there. I've not done a balloon smash on around yet. My other ones did come out great. They dried perfectly. I think I've said in previous videos, you'd think it would be too much paint on the canvas, but truly, because every time you dip, you're pulling some paint off of it, it's okay. I've not had one crack or craze yet. I should knock on wood. I don't have any wood near me. I guess I'll knock on the wall. I don't believe in that sort of thing, but I said it, so, you know, therefore it will not work. And I don't see bubbles from here, but I always like to just go over them. Next, that's pretty bright. Next, I do want to put in this aquamarine. Let me start with a bigger one. And if you get it all over your canvas, it doesn't really matter. You're going to end up probably going over, I am, the entire canvas anyway. There's my very first balloon smash. I did not do the entire canvas, and it still looked fine. I did it corner to corner, which a lot of people do, because it looks pretty. And there's a lot of different type of balloon smashes out there people are doing. This is what works for me. So this is what I will do. So on top of those two colors, I want to break it up a little. So I'm going to put in some of my Lucas Cadmium Orange Light Hue. I know I'm getting low on this, but I do not want to mix more before I get back from my trip out of town. So I'm just going to make it work. If you watched any of my videos, you know I'm in love with this for some reason since, like, I don't know, January 1, maybe before. I use them in everything, pretty much. My dirty pours, my tree ring pours. I'm just really loving this color. I do have the dark hue, so I'll try that when I get home. Okay, so we got those two colors down. I think I'm going to go with some Amethyst, Deco Art Amethyst Metallic. One thing I'm trying is I'm not completely covering each color like I had previously done. This is a large round though. I think my favorite was the one I did previous to this, just maybe 3 or 4 days ago. It had the long 10 by 20 board. I think those are my favorites so far, but I haven't done a round yet, so we'll see. Okay, so this is the Soho cadmium green blue. Just pour a little of that in there. And now I'm going to go in. We have enough blues. I'm not going to use the ice blue. I am going to go in with some of the Folk Art Champagne. Need to lighten this up. And then I'm going to save the pink I have for a dirty pour, I think. I feel like there's something missing. I'm trying to put a little of, I have very little, but I have some of the Soho Rose Madder, which is nice and bright, as you see. Okay, that is plenty of paint canvas. I'm using a smaller circumference balloon today. I have two. They're about the same size. I have a pink one and a green one. And let me just pull some of my paints out of my way so I do not, excuse me, so they do not get messy. Okay, so I'm going to hold my balloon as I usually do, just like this. And I'm going to dip and move it, dip and move it. I do have a canvas standing by should it be too much paint, but I think we'll be okay. That's what it looks like. Ooh, I like it. So even if, now I do have silicone, like I said, in two of these colors, but even if I didn't, the simple movement, that's cool. The simple movement of just moving the paint around gives you cells. So see, it pulls off some black too, which is a good thing. You don't want, you know, if you want to take some of the background off, it'll automatically come off. I'm just wiping it off with my paper towel once. And I think I mentioned before, I like to take it off the edge. I'm not afraid to do that. I would love for it to runneth over. And if it doesn't, we can do the outside last. So I'm going to wipe it off one more time because it's getting a little bit muddy. That's what you want to try to avoid. You don't want mud. I think this is going to look fabulous when I'm done. I think it's looking fabulous now, but I think when I'm done, it is going to be resin worthy, as are the other ones. I say resin worthy because I don't resin everything. Actually, I don't usually resin anything unless somebody wants to buy it, and if they want resin or if they just want varnish. That's pretty cool. Because some people have a preference, but resin typically gives you a much nicer finish. So I usually, if it's nice and bright, the result, and I like bright colors. Otherwise, I would not have mixed all these together. And I am getting it to flow right off the side here. That's what I'm doing over on this side currently. It's just nice and flowy. That's pretty cool. I did spray the bottom of the canvas before I got started, basically because it is such a large canvas. I wanted to make sure it was as taut as possible. Just letting it run off. And when you get too much black, that's really when it's time to wipe it down. So that's what I'm doing over here. Not sure if that's on camera or not. I'm just currently wiping off my balloon. These are great colors to go together. It will be very vibrant when it is done. Lots of cells, a lot of black coming up. But look at, by me doing that, I just pulled up that color that I made on my own mix. So you can do that too. If like you want that first color you put down and it's not showing through, just press hard and bring it up, and you can just wipe off your balloon. You don't even have to press anywhere. I'm currently doing that to bring up some of the black as well in the middle area here. That's very pretty. And I'm going to go around my sides to make sure I have them all covered, because it looks like I have the canvas the way I want it. It's very bright. I love bright. If I had my way, I'd make it more bright, but I want somebody to like it, so. Not everybody has my taste, and I don't have everyone else's, and that's a good thing. Otherwise, the world will be a very boring place. And I say that because I showed a piece of my art to my husband tonight, and I said, do you like this, or should I get rid of it? And he's like, no, I love that. Whereas I personally do not care for it. So we each have our individual tastes. That's pretty cool. Look at all those colors. So again, don't be afraid to, put the paint on the canvas. If you're mixing it right, it really should not crack. I also put mine in a bun rack, which people may disagree and think the opposite, but I feel that because I do that, if it's thick, it'll dry slightly slower and prevent crazing. That's just, again, my own opinion. So I'm just looking over here to see if there's anywhere I want to make a change. There's wonderful selling everywhere. Great selling and webbing. Let me just put you on pause for a moment, and then we will let this sit and see what happens. Hey y'all, so I brought you down for a look. I turned on the overhead lights, and I have other lighting that I'm currently using. So this is real. I really dig the middle. All that's very cool. I dig it all, actually. I think it is very pretty. Now, I think a lot of times people are doing these to form flowers. This one to me I did just to mix the colors and make it look pretty. I don't really see this as a flower thing. It could be. There's that color I mixed right there. Yeah. So I will take a picture of this after it dries as well. But yeah, I have a decent amount of paint on here, so I'm actually not even going to move this round. It's going to stay on my table. And I'm just taking it from one side to the other here. I'm trying to pick out a favorite spot, but I can't. I just love it all. Love it. So there she is. We'll add her to my Balloon Smash group. And like I said, when I decide to make my video for probably the end of the month of all of my paintings, they will be in there. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell so you can be notified of when I upload a new video. And please hit the thumbs up if you like this video and leave me a comment. I hope you have a great day.